What is up, guys? Welcome to the channel. My name is Spencer, and today we are back checking out the Conservatives. I don't know anything about the Tories, but the stronger economy, stronger borders overlay is looking pretty promising. I'm going to check out this TV ad that they've done 22 hours ago, and then what looks to be 3 months ago, them throwing a lot of shade at Keir Starmer. I'm trying to figure out what the different parties are doing. I think that the Tories have had quite a few politicians defecting over to Reform, and possibly, no, Labour was going over to the Green Party. I've also looked into the Green Party some more as well, and yeah, my opinions differ quite a lot, because although we found out a little bit more about their base plan, I think the underlying issues with getting rid of nuclear weapons and massively cutting the military is a horrific idea. And also, thinking back on it, if I was a billionaire and I'm getting taxed 1%, what's like 10 million of your net worth or something, I'll probably just leave. It's not that great, is it, being here? Let's be honest. I could think of better countries to be. But anyways, let's get on to the Conservatives. Kemi Baranoch. Don't know how you say that, but
we need to get Britain working again. Across our country, millions of people are doing extraordinary things every day. On our farms, in cafes, in warehouses, workshops, and offices. They are the people who keep Britain moving. They're up before dawn, they put in a hard shift, they rush home to see their children, make dinner, help with homework. They do it to build a better life for their families. We're here to do a shift.
We better get on, put you to work.
What generation is Edward now?
He will be the 5th generation. We've actually been farming in the area for over 600 years as a family.
And what sort of hours do you have to work on a farm?
Be out at 7 o'clock in the morning with harvest, and you might not come back until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock the following morning. Incredibly expensive bit of kit. If we can't continue farming with confidence, this sort of investment we just cannot put in.
Did the family farm tax have an impact on how you thought about investment?
I think it's the end of the farm going forwards at the moment, unless it changes. Our food in this country is very important. Why on earth they can't understand that and don't want to be proud of it, I just don't know.
That is the most disgusting fact about what is going on in the government at the moment, apart from immigration, I should say, for me. But Jesus Christ, we need farmers. The whole inheritance tax for farmers is crazy. You're just ending bloodlines of work at that point, like crippling debt that people would never ever be able to get out of. It's not like farmers, you know, have got Ferraris or Lamborghinis. They just have expensive tractors. You know, they live to work, essentially. If they don't work, then they're not earning any money at all, and it's not like the profit margins are huge either. So it's quite good that she's back in the farmers.
For new tractor registrations last year, 2025, are the lowest since the 1960s.
Oh my goodness.
Because of this government's policy.
That's mental.
Pour a bit out onto the ground for them.
This is very dirty work, but I'm enjoying it. I have so much admiration for what you do, and I'm so grateful that you've let us just learn from you and see what it's like. Hello, welcome to the hub. Guess what? We're getting you to work.
Oh, hi.
There is dignity in work. It's fun, you're social, you're seeing people. 6 years ago, Hub 1 started. I was unemployed at 50 years of age. My dad lent me £5,000 and I set this up from nothing. There is nothing in the pot, but everyone said, oh, you're doing so well.
But the margins are very, very small, aren't they?
It's a battle. And I'm so passionate, so happy with what we do.
You've got to keep reinvesting.
We love coming to work, but it's hard. That ambition matters. It's the foundation of this country, because if you put in, you should get rewarded. But for too long, it hasn't been like that. I do worry about the disappearance of manufacturing. We are deindustrializing.
I've worked in pubs and restaurants before, and it is a really hard job, and I don't know how people run them, because the profit margins, I know you're getting like 40-60% markup on drinks and stuff, but the food side of it, surely not. And it's just unsociable hours that people don't want to work. I can't deal with the public nowadays either. I wouldn't want to go back to that at all. But fair play to her, like starting with 5,000 and turning that around. You know, having to reinvest constantly to begin with. She might have built it up to a really nice business, but like she says, there's no money. It's all just reinvest until you're at a position where you are happy to then start actually having, I suppose, a profitable business or just money in the bank as such.
So this is quick work?
Yes.
Oh, are you on an apprenticeship?
Yes.
It's just a very sensible way to get young people like yourself ahead of the job market.
She put this on and I'll stick this over here.
There's the increased cost of doing business. We're looking at about £3 million more. Yes, we discussed that. Nonsense. The confidence level is really low.
And it's getting worse under Labour because of their choices. They've put up tax after tax after tax on workers, businesses, everyone. Costs are up, people are losing their jobs, businesses are closing because Labour taxed those hard-working people to pay for welfare. The Conservative plan is about fairness. Labour is spending too much of other people's money. We need to cut welfare spending so that work pays and help is focused on those who really need it.
100%.
That will allow us to create jobs and get growth. Charlotte, what are we cooking this evening?
We are cooking bolognese tonight. I'm an accountant.
How, watching the Labour one, yeah, because that was obviously started off being for the working person, but then they, like this lady says, how do they just keep raising taxes, but then the majority of their policies at the moment seem to be for people that don't work. The people on benefits seem to be getting more and more money. It seems to be that they've completely lost their way 100% by now. But yeah, I like this woman.
Why did you have to go self-employed?
To be honest, it's so hard to be employed with kids.
I've been to businesses who said that because of the jobs tax, that rise in NI,
Yes.
that they stopped hiring.
If they're small business owners, they are either having to shut down, unfortunately, or having to lay off significant numbers of staff.
How are you finding being a mum with young children?
The constant juggle, and it is a physical juggle with like logistics.
Family is very important to me, and one of the things I'm trying to show is that the Conservative Party has changed. We do not have a government that believes in aspiration. In fact, it actually punishes aspiration. So we'll scrap business rates for most of the high street, helping our cafes, pubs and shops, and we'll abolish stamp duty, a terrible tax that punishes home ownership and stops people moving on in life.
That's a big
That's
plus,
the Conservative
both of those.
way. And there's more to come, because Britain faces huge challenges. But with real...
As if it's not expensive enough to buy a house, and then you've got to just waste thousands on stamp duty. Like, what's that even for? That's separate to solicitors, I believe, actually signing things over. But yeah, more shops on the high street if there's no business tax. That would be massive, because the high street is dead at the moment. There's a couple shops left. The rest of it are all charity shops, which I've never set foot in, to be honest.
Leadership, a clear plan, and by working together as a team, we can turn our country around. So join us and let's get Britain working again.
I know it's a TV advert for a political party, but that's a nicely done one as well, to be honest. Do you believe them or not? Time will tell. The problem is this is just massively throwing shade. There's a couple of them, I might check them both out.
Who is Keir Starmer? And what does he believe?
Keir
A
Starmer.
man with no favourite song, no favourite book. A man who doesn't even dream. What would someone like that do in power?
What?
He told you he wouldn't raise your taxes. He told you he'd put country before party. He promised accountability and transparency. Well, he's been Prime Minister for over a year. And since then, Britain has suffered because he simply doesn't know what he's doing.
Worst Prime
He
Minister
had no
ever.
plan for Britain's economy, so he and Rachel Reeves decided to pay for their borrowing by taxing everyone else. Pensioners with his winter fuel cut, farmers with his family farms tax, businesses with higher national insurance. The results? Catastrophic. Inflation has doubled, food prices are soaring, unemployment at its highest since the pandemic, over 150,000 jobs lost, and Britain's debt climbing out of control. He promised to smash the gangs, but had no plan to achieve it. Small boat arrivals are at record highs.
Not with Sadiq
And
Khan
now he
involved.
wants illegal immigrants moved in next door.
He loves some pedo gangs.
Hit by a series of
Hooligan gangs.
disastrous resignations and sackings. His transport secretary resigned for fraud. His anti-corruption minister forced out under corruption allegations. His homelessness minister quit after making her tenants homeless.
Oh.
Angela Rayner, gone.
Yeah.
Caught evading tax. And Peter Mandelson,
Brilliant.
sacked for his links to notorious Peter.
People were saying as well, yeah, about Nigel Farage not paying tax. There's a difference between not paying tax because you're smart and evading tax. There is a difference. Some people will just completely ignore that.
Caught evading tax. And Peter Mandelson, sacked for his links to notorious paedophile Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeez.
Chaos. This is Keir Starmer's government. Open borders. An economy in free fall. A weak Prime Minister, mired in scandal. No plan for Britain. Britain deserves better. A leader with backbone, with conviction. A team ready to get Britain back on track. Stronger economy. Stronger borders. The only party who can deliver that are the Conservatives.
Let's go. That was a really good video again. Let's watch this next one. A month ago, this one. The previous one was 3 months, so they've got some more
choices. We all make them. Left or right. Right or left.
I'm right.
Tea or coffee.
All the way, really.
Telling the truth or lying.
Yeah.
Rachel Reeves had a choice too. Cut spending, live within your means, ease the burden on working people. Or spend more, borrow more, and make British families pay for it all. We all know which one she picked. Remember the last budget? A £40 billion tax grab. And afterwards, she looked the country in the eye and said,
But we don't need to come back for more. We've done that now. We've now wiped the slate clean. It's now on us.
Then, a year after she raised tax, she went back on her word. Again. She's freezing tax thresholds, dragging millions into higher tax brackets.
I seen this as well, and she lied about how much Britain owed to then, as an excuse or a reason to raise the taxes. Whereas I've always said the government will never tell you if the country is out of debt, because then they would just surely lower the taxes. So then we're just ticking by. But yeah, it's just not going to happen, is it?
She herself
They're all
admitted
scumbags.
that extending the threshold freeze would hurt working people. It would take more money out of their payslips.
her words, her choice to do it anyway. Costs
Be lower than
are
national
up.
insurance.
Bills are up, and all because of her decisions.
The reason we're seeing those costs go up on electricity is not the normal reason of wholesale rates. These are all policy costs.
She and Labour promised,
Country first, party second.
and they've done exactly the opposite, caving
Can't
to their
trust
own
anything he
MPs
says.
and raising welfare. The same welfare-raising measure supported by Reform and the Liberal Democrats.
Ooh. Reform needs to get over I've not even done anything remotely on Lib Dems. 100% keep the two-child cap, because, not being funny, we've got Muslim families with so many kids. We don't need
She
to pay
wants
for
to
them.
cut the cost of debt after fiddling with the rules so that she could borrow even more. She says she wants to cut the cost of living, while her policies make it worse, and inflation is still on the rise. There are only two explanations. Either Rachel Reeves knew she was lying, or she really has no idea what she's doing. Either way, she's not fit to run Britain's economy.
So plenty of
Rachel
different
Reeves
haircuts.
promised she wouldn't raise tax on working people. Twice. Each time she raised it. It's a direct breach of Labour's manifesto. She raised tax. She should get the axe. Britain deserves better than this. Leadership with a backbone. A team with a plan to turn Britain's fortunes around and get this country working again. The only party that can do that is the Conservatives.
Honestly, if you go back on everything that you say, how can you not just be taken out of Parliament? We need a fresh start. We should just get rid of Keir Starmer. He's horrendous. This new Chinese embassy in deals with China in general. I would take USA as an ally any day over China, but we're picking sides at the moment. That was good videos though. So they stand for stronger borders, getting people back to work, still 2-child cap for benefits, which is great because I'm never ever going to be in benefits in my life. So the little money those people get, the better. But yeah, very good. I think, who have we got next? We got Lib Dems and of course Reform to get through. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything I'm missing about Conservatives, if you made it this far. But yeah, I will catch you tomorrow.
I'm just a regular, everyday, normal motherfucker. I told you in the first song, I'll tell you in another. I'm just a regular, everyday